Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome one and all. Uh okay. I am ready. I'm ready to go. Okay. Well, kind of. Oh, wait a minute. Was that right? Okay, yeah, that's good. Hmm. Just one more little thing. Welcome. Come on in and join us. Yep. Come on in and join us. I'm not decent and I'm not dressed either. that's that's what I always say when somebody knocks on the door. Hold on, I'm not decent and I'm not dressed either. uh, anyway, okay, that probably needs a little work. That probably needs a little work. Huh. Okay. Yeah. That looks good. I'm going to share one of my interesting little factoids with you later on. So I'm just getting that ready. Let me see here. Does that look good? No, that's much better. Okay. That is much better. Oh wait. Yeah. No. Okay. Get rid of that one. And I will try this one. Okay, be with you in a moment. Just didn't want you to think that I was going to keep you waiting a long time. Okay, so let me get my slides up since I have those ready now. And then we can get going here. Any birthdays today? You know, you would think by now I would ask, are there any birthdays today? I never have. I don't think so. I have never asked that question before. But you know what? From here on out, from henceforth, this day forward, every day, I'm still not going to ask. But you can tell me. That'll be something else that I need to remember, and I'm already so confused. All right, Mary H, thank you so much for being. Wow, the slides came up fast. Huh, like that? Like that? I know I had some typos with the title, but I fixed it, I think. Leave Prince Harry alone. The trolls are trying to downplay Harry's success, plus Princess Anne. Afro Annie. Okay. So, I think today we'll probably be in and out of here in 1 hour. I can assure you that. 1 hour. Uh, Lydia Washington, thank you for being here. Mary H. Susie, Mom, Vinny Blair. Uh, who else is here? Helen Marmon. Okay. Yes, the official Royal Sussex membership. If you don't have a Royal Sussex membership and you would like to have one, there is a link that Lydia was kind enough to put up there. And also, don't forget, there's always the Royal Sussex Amazon wish list. Now, no one is obliged to order anything from that list, but let's say um, you missed Christmas and you just want to give in the spirit of Christmas. There's all kind of items on there, usually inexpensive stuff. But if you want to order something, that would be fun for me. But if not, that's okay. No worries. There is no obligation to order anything from the official Royal Sussex wish list. Love wins. Let's see. What does that say here? Hello, sweet Royal Sussex squaddies. I hope you all are way warmer than I am. Is freaking freezing here in Kitchener, Ontario. Oh, okay. Well, next week we're going to go down to the single digits. And there are some people that say we're going to hover around 0 Fahrenheit. So I'm looking forward to it because you know what happens when it gets cold and when it snows? Crime stops. That slows down the purge. Let me see here. KDV says, Baron, my birthday is in 23 minutes from now. Wow, that is so cool. So, um, happy birthday in advance and many happy returns of the day. And I hope this is like your best and most special birthday ever. Yes, happy birthday to you. And you get a bell. How's that? Thank you so much, KDV, and thank you for being a member. And of course, later we're going to have to do a little dance off. Yes, KDV's birthday dance off. 11 months membership. 11 months membership. Wow, that's like a year. That is so cool. Thank you so much for that. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Okay. All right, so let's carry on, shall we? The trolls are trying to downplay Harry's success, but Omid Scobie was having none of it today. So Omid Scobie, our intrepid young writer, he says, when you played the Royal Media game versus when you stop. So here on the left side, one of the best young pilots in the country. I'm sorry, one more time. One of the best young pilots the country has ever seen. Top Gun Prince Harry amazes U.S. instructors with his flying skills. And believe it or not, that article was written by Rebecca. Are you done with that English? Rebecca, are there any seconds English? That's right. Rebecca, um, can I take a a plate home English? That's who said that. That Rebecca English. Rebecca English, who, along with Robert Jobson, delayed the King's flight back to the United Kingdom because they became these gigantic obstructions on the rear stairwell of the aircraft. That those two. So anyway, those human traffic, well, that human traffic barrier, uh, Rebecca English, she actually wrote such a sweet, darling article for Harry. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And I'm just like, did she really say that? Yes, she did. Yes, she did. So, um, matter of fact, I'm going to do a video based on that article later. So I will share it with you probably later tonight. Okay. And then, of course, the other one says, is this a joke? Outrage as Prince Harry is to be named a legend of aviation alongside moon hero Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin at glitzy Beverly Hills ceremony after flying a helicopter in Afghanistan. Uh, as we went through everything yesterday, there is so much more than the fact that one has ever been a pilot or flown. It is your overall contribution to aviation, as well as the humanitarian components that one has to offer. There's a lot of people that you would be surprised are on that list of people who have received such a great honor. It is not about who's the best pilot or who's ever been a pilot or who has a pilot's license. That is not the end all be all of it. And they know better. But of course, in order to try to humiliate Prince Harry, to try to disparage him in any way they can, they have to do this nonsense that they're doing. Well, not have to, but they choose to try to pull this nonsense where they want to convince you that he is, I mean, that there's some grave error that has been committed, that he has been selected for this award. When Harry was 27 years old and he received that honor from Colin Powell, well, Colin Powell presented it to him. Harry was embarrassed. He thought that it was, a, 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 I don't know, I guess just a little embarrassing. Harry's not that kind of person who wants for that attention. Also, uh, you might note that at the time, there was no one who said, oh, wait, why is Harry getting honored like this by the United States military community? Why are they honoring him like this? He was 27 years old. Everything, or should I say, all roads leads right back to Invictus. All roads lead to Invictus. It would be enough to say that Harry served with distinction and honor, but when you go a little further than that and remember the establishment of the Invictus Games, Harry was quite young when he started Scintillaballet with Prince Say-So, only to create another thing that will benefit a lot of people for a long time, the Invictus Games, soldiers and their families. And yet, this game, this very serious game that the tabloid media is playing, get Harry at any cost, destroy the Sussexes at any cost. This game is becoming very tedious. It's humiliating for those who participate in this slander and negativity. They should be ashamed of themselves, but yet they persist. They continue to try to target him with so much vitriol, and it really looks bad. I don't expect as much from the derangers, from those keyboard warriors that try to impress people with how much damage they can do with their hate campaign. But it is the journalists, the ones that I told you, some of them are amazing writers. I mean, it's just like you you could see the skill in their writing, and yet they use that to go after a hero, to target a hero. And that's what Harry is. Harry's a hero. I don't care how you slice it. He's still a hero. Archie's dad, Lily's dad, is a war hero, someone that people will look up to. They're not going to, and they can see the writing on the wall. This is the problem. They're not going to look at the crown. They're not going to look at who's wearing the crown and think hero. None of that is going to happen because William started a bit late. It's not really etched in people's memory what he's done all these years because he hasn't done anything. And as for Charles, all of the good in the world that he has been undone because of the way he has lived this life with the concubine, with his emotional support Camilla, with the way that he humiliated his first wife. All of those things, all of the deeds that he has done, it gets no light of day. Most people don't pay attention to it. Only people closest to him and people in that moment really share in that. Now, full disclosure, I have been to Dumfries' house, and Charles, has made quite an impact up there. Quite an impact. But like I said, so much of that doesn't even matter because of the way he lives his life. I don't think he'll be remembered for those things. He will be remembered for that unfortunate relationship that he has with Camilla. That is what people will remember. That constitutional crisis of an adulterer king marrying his mistress and sitting on the throne. That which drove another king. Well, actually, I can't say that the Duke of Windsor was an adulterer. I mean, he did, handle his business, but he wasn't married. Yes, he was having affairs with other people's wives, but the person he married was not married. So, and of course, anyway, it was a different time. So, but they keep trying it. So, thank you, Omen Scobie, for starting off the day the way you did, and how you did, and what you did. Love it. It all started with a tweet. So, Omid is taking some time away from all the limelight and everything, but I hope he comes back strong because we need him. We really do need him because he knows the way of the enemy. He's been in the room with so many of those people. So he is, he can be a very important asset. I'll say that. I can't say that he's an asset, but he can be a very important asset. So far, I am very impressed with Endgame, and I say keep them coming. That was okay, but you know what? Really go for him next time. Huh, okay. The Legend of Aviation is about famous people who fly, such as Tom Cruise, Harrison Ford, Willie Nelson, Kurt Russell, and Morgan Freeman. So you are saying that Morgan Freeman has a pilot's license? Hello, I'm Morgan Freeman. I did not know that. I was wondering about that, but so he does, huh? And we should be aware that one of these days, Tyler Perry is going to be inducted into that um, Legends list because, you know, Tyler Perry is getting his pilot's license. And, you know, it's not just about flying, as I said, it's not even just about philanthropy, but it's also about people who promote aviation, and they should be glad because there is a shortage of pilots. And some of those people are some of the best people to promote the aviation community. So there's a shortage of pilots in the United States. The standard for getting your pilot's license in the United States is one of the most difficult anywhere because trying to get enough flight hours can be problematic. I think they lowered it in some countries, but here in the US, they expect you to have so many flight hours before you can become a commercial pilot. So, um, okay, let us move on then. So, right here, Officers Association, February 19th, 2021. Prince Harry served in the British Army for 10 years and undertook 2 tours of Afghanistan, launched a mental health initiative with the Ministry of Defense, and created the Invictus Games. We look forward to hearing more about his work as it takes him in new directions, knowing that veterans are important to him. Once an officer, all yeah, once an officer, always an officer of the British Armed Forces. You got that? Once an officer, always an officer of the British Armed Forces. Yes, you can take away the uniform, but that is still something that you can never take away from him. Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot about that. That's right. I do remember he said that. Got it. Thank you so much. Let me see. Do we have a troll in the chat? Or are we being punked by a spell checker? Why? Did I miss something? If it's my spelling, I would say it's the spell checker. Okay. So one of the squatties was nice enough. Actually, there was a few of these floating around the social media, and thank you so much, whoever put these together. His Royal Highness Prince Harry I'm sorry, His Royal Highness Prince Henry Charles Albert David of Wales, the Duke of Sussex, fifth in line of succession to the British throne, founder of Archwell Foundation, Invictus Games, Endeavour Fund, Centabale, Travelers, living legend of aviation, soldier, philanthropist, global statesman, humanitarian, New York Times best-selling author, executive producer, award winner, CEO of Better Up, honorary fellow of the University of the West Indies, honorary Canadian Ranger, patron of Whale Child. I was going to say patrol, patron of Whale Child, president of African Parks, Prince Archie and Princess Lily's papa, Princess Meghan's husband, Princess Diana's heir, let us not forget, uh, Queen Doria's son in law, and so much more. We are so proud of you, Prince Harry. Yes, we are very proud. Very, very proud. Okay, Leg says UK is horribly classist. These people are indoctrinated to believe that favor is what is needed to succeed instead of one's merit. Look at Kate. Yes, thank you so much for the super chat. And that is what's very different about I guess climbing the ladder here in the US compared to the UK. In the UK, you have the aristocracy, which seems to be above all else. In the US, it is a meritocracy where hard work and, of course, success, financial independence, and, of course, climbing the ranks in the military, all of those things can secure you a greater respect and probably a better, more quality, well, financially quality life. Um, that is how we do it here. I mean, we don't have those types of titles, but if you've ever been a senator, they're always going to call you a senator. If you've ever been president, then of course you're always president so and so. So we do use titles here. They don't give you any type of ranking like they would in other places. But if you're a doctor, you're a doctor, like Dr. Jill Biden. So we have somewhat an equivalent of that. It's not based on, having land and family that goes back for centuries. You certainly don't inherit those titles. You have to work for them. Hence the meritocracy. So yeah, a lot of people get ahead because of nepotism. A lot of people can use their namesake, their name recognition to get ahead in life. But at some point, you're going to have to do the work. At some point, it will require hard work. There's no way around that. So that is one of the differences in how people show respect to high achievers in this society. And that's the thing, a high achiever. I mean, people expect you to do something. You don't just get that because. I mean, there's a lot of people like, the Queen of Soul. No matter what, Aretha would have still been the Queen of Soul. It doesn't matter whether she has a hit or not, whether she's broke or not. There would always be people who will respect the name Aretha. And why? Because she earned it. It wasn't who she was born to, although her father was very impressive. But that ain't the point. You still got to work. You're only as good as your last hit song. You're only as good as your last concert. You're only as good as your last successful whatever. That's how we operate here. So Harry, I would say it seems more American than he does anything because he knows the value of hard work. He has had to work against a system that seems to have it in for him, who doesn't want him to achieve, who doesn't want him to shine. He's had to work against that. So he fit right in over here. And I want, especially, I want you to hear my voice, you hate listeners, you derangers, you all that leave those ridiculous comments that are swiftly removed from the comment section. I want you to hear my voice when I say this. People love Rachel Meghan Markle, aka Princess Meghan, aka Princess Henry of Wales, also known as the Duchess of Sussex. You call her whatever you want to. People love her. And you and your hate ain't ever going to disrupt that. And as for Harry, this is someone that we have loved since the day he was born. And because of his mom, we have that connection. And because of his hard work, now he's family. He's had to work for the relationship he has. He's had to work for the home that he lives in. He had to do a lot of work to get away from that den of vipers called the Windsor family. He's one of us now. So, whatever you're thinking that this hate campaign is supposed to achieve, oh, if I just say one more thing, or if I just lie about his army record, yeah, they're trying to swift boat him like they did Senator John McCain, where they find people to deny that he actually is a war hero. They did the same thing to Jim Carrey, right? They keep trying that with people. And yes, you're always going to find some crackpots like yourselves, the hate listeners, the hate watchers, the derangers, those vicious royalists. There's always going to be someone who buys it. But the truth is, Harry has worked very hard, and he is the best thing to come out of that family um, since Princess Diana. He is the best thing that has come out of that family. So this is not going to change. You destroyed his mother, but you're not going to destroy him. You're even trying to destroy her memory, but you're not going to destroy him. Meghan is the best thing that has happened to that family since Harry's popularity. She's the best thing that has happened to that family. They dress better. They're more inclined to be tactile with people, something that even Diana couldn't make them more apt to hug someone. But Meghan has. Meghan has them dressing like people instead of mannequins. That's going to go a long way. What Meghan and Harry have done for that family is going to benefit the Cambridge kids in ways that we can't even calculate. That is, if their parents aren't too stupid to see the difference, that is going to benefit them. But that Edwardian upbringing that the Queen lived through and that the Queen has put Charles through, along with the Queen Mother, if that is the type of upbringing that they want the Cambridge kids to have, I don't want to see what's going to happen to them. It is 2024. We have passed a whole nother century of progress since the time the Queen was born. And if they want to relive that, it is going to make those children miserable. They already seem to look a certain way, and I hope it's not what it looks like, but those Cambridge kids are going to be miserable. I'm glad Harry took Archie and Lily away from all of that. They don't need it. Nobody needs it. Oh, didn't know that. Oh, well, and you know what? I kept checking. I kept checking to make sure that I wasn't. And I guess the last time I looked, maybe it may have been an hour ago, but that is unfortunate. But that's okay. You could always go back and watch one or the other. Let me see here. Let me continue. So right here, Prince Harry becomes helicopter commander, Prince Harry has graduated as an Apache helicopter commander, the British Ministry of Defense announced on Friday. Until now, he was co pilot gunner. And that's an important distinction because on some of those videos, you may have noticed that he was a co pilot. But rest assured, Harry was able to fly the helicopter as well as being one of the, best co-pilot gunners at the time. Eventually, he moved into the driver's seat. And right there, you can see Harry, 28, returned last January from his second mission in Afghanistan after several months of training in Great Britain. The youngest son of Prince Charles and Diana successfully passed a 6-hour exam this week. Prince Harry has been learning how to operate an Apache helicopter for 3 years. An Apache helicopter, or also known as, at the time, 46 million pound Apache helicopter. This is a phenomenal achievement for Captain Wales, who passed his exam brilliantly, commented Lieutenant Colonel Tom Delarue, who his superior. I am delighted that this new status as a qualified Apache helicopter commander and co-pilot gunner places him at the pinnacle of his profession, he continued. Harry is third in line of succession to the British throne, but will be demoted to fourth place after the arrival of his brother William and sister-in-law Kate's first child, expected this month. Well, that gives you a snapshot of where he was at the time. So, again, what an awesome feat that Harry has been able to do by becoming an Apache helicopter pilot. Yeah. So it takes a lot of concentration, dexterity, coordination, all of those things. You literally become the machine when you're flying one of those things. You are using weapons or simulating weapons, if you're in peacetime. You have all kind of avionics. You have it's just like in the movies where you have that little screen in one of the eyepiece, whatever those things are. But yeah, it's intense. It is being inside of a video game. And he was able to do that. So, okay. Ruth Lopez says, there's a Bible quote that reminds me of Harry lately. It's from John. I have to paraphrase, but a prophet is never welcome in his own home. Saints aren't always appreciated by their families. Ooh, I like that. Thank you so much. Right? Like I said, it already looks a certain way, and I pray for them that it's not. Okay, so one of the best young pilots the country has ever seen, Top Gun Prince Harry, amazes U.S. instructors with his flying skill. So, you all, Harry spent some time in the U.S. already. He had spent some time training, and I think he was an instructor. I think he was an instructor for the Apache. And over there, ABC News, Prince Harry named top of his class in Apache helicopter training. Top in his class. How about that? How about that? A life of privilege he was born into, and yet because of his sheer hard work and determination, top in his class. Now, poor pitiful William. William was never in the running for top Sandhurst honor, court hears. Former instructor at Military Academy tells trial of four Sun journalists that paper's 2006 story stating Royal was odds on to win award for best cadet was incorrect. Prince William was not good enough to qualify for Sandhurst's top honor. A former Army officer at the military academy has revealed at a trial at the Old Bailey. So this is someone who was under oath, who had to speak truth in the court of law and and admit that William was nowhere close. You kind of have to show up, right, to be in that position. And from what we hear, and I'm just saying, from what we hear, William wasn't always as available as he could have been. Not just should have been, but as he could have been. And of course, there was the story about him just taking a helicopter one day. But wait, it gets better. It gets better. Prince William Fife. I'm sorry, Prince William. I don't know what made me think of Barney Fife. Oh, yeah, I know what it was. Prince William, the shakiest gun in the West. Prince William has been handed a severe dressing down by 4 senior officers at Sandhurst after losing his gun during a firing practice. The 24-year-old royal mislaid the powerful machine gun on Friday morning. It is one of the most embarrassing errors a soldier can be guilty of. Oh, that's awful. Connie Balmer! Connie Balmer. Hey, Connie Balmer. Connie Balmer, I feel bad. You were supposed to be sleeping right now. Connie said she was going to stay up or wake up or something like that. And I'm like, I hope she doesn't, because I don't want anybody losing their sleep for Royal Sussex. But, I mean, since you're here, Connie Balmer! The incident will have serious consequences for the prince, who until now has proved a model cadet and is just weeks away from passing out of Royal Military Academy near Camberley, Surrey. I mean, could you really be, how did that happen? Was he too busy thinking about, I wonder where Harry is and what he's doing? Huh? Was he afraid Harry was getting attention? Oh, thank you, Connie Balmer. I mean, but sleep is more important. I appreciate it, though, but thank you. I'm glad you're here. Okay. So, oh, wait a minute. Emma, I didn't mean to have this one up here. Oh, well, I'll come back to that one. That was supposed to be the last word, but anyway. So, I want you to take a look at this. What does Prince Harry have in common with Tom Cruise, Buzz Aldrin, and Elon Musk? Well, we already know. It is that living legend thing, right? But I want you to look at what it says at the top, Forces Net. Now, if you have been watching Royal Sussex, you might recall, maybe, that I have used screenshots from their website on occasion. It's a news, online news from from the military. Now, I don't know if it's actually part of the military or is it adjacent to the military, but they only write about soldiers and military stuff. And what I love about this is that, yeah, it tells you the usual. Prince Harry will be joining the likes of actors, billionaires, and astronauts as he is inducted into the living legend of aviation in the United States. The Duke of Sussex, a British Army Apache pilot and veteran of the war in Afghanistan, will be inducted in an award ceremony hosted by actor and aviation ambassador John Travolta in Beverly Hills, California on Friday. He will be taking his place alongside Buzz Aldrin, Jeff Bezos, Tom Cruise, Harrison Ford, Morgan Freeman, Elon Musk, and Saudi Prince Sultan bin Salman Al Saud, right? And Prince Harry is a humanitarian, military veteran, mental wellness advocate, and environmentalist. A statement on the event's website reads, and then there was a whole bunch of other stuff. But let me cut to my favorite part. Again, hate listeners, he was chosen for the honor due to his military service and his work with Travelers, Ballet, African Parks, Well Child, and the Invictus Games. It is not about being a stunt pilot. It is not just about being in the military. It's not solely decided by any of those things. It is who you are as a person, your contribution as an ambassador to or someone who has promoted aviation, right? And the fact that Harry is an Apache helicopter pilot and that he's done 2 tours of duty, and the fact that he is a military veteran, all of those things qualifies him. And that goes out there before you consider the other stuff. Travelers, Cinnabade, African Parks, Well Child, Invictus Games, right? Among other things. You just need to stop. You all really need to stop. And the reason why I am being so animated right now is because the stuff that they are saying on social media is outrageous. They have been in the comment section of Royal Sussex. Oh, he had to buy that award. He didn't really serve. He this, he that, such and such, such and such. He failed all of his classes. He failed all of his classes, but they put him in a 46 million pound helicopter because he's a failure. They did that just because what? They like gingers? This has got to stop. This is nothing that you're going to win. You're not going to win that one. You can have fun with it all you want, but you're just wasting your breath. You're wasting your efforts. You could be doing something else. Why don't you go after the Duke of York? Why don't you talk about that? But instead, this is just wearing them out. They are defeated, and they are trying desperately to find some way to taint Harry's record. You can't. He's a brother in arms. And if you think that means something in the UK because of the proud military history in the United Kingdom, you do know that the national anthem is a war song. It's a war song. It is about war. We spend more money on the United States military than the next, I don't know how many countries combined. And this is what people always seem to overlook, is that you are not going to come between him and the military. It's just not possible. We learned a very important lesson from Vietnam when it comes to how we treat veterans. We're going forward, not backwards. So if you are part of that demographic of the middle-aged or older white woman who is a Brexiteer voter or a MAGA voter, you know who you are. If you're one of those people that have those alt right-wing points of view, If you watch Fox News all day, I'm talking to you. You Fox News, GBN, I believe everything that the Sun and the Daily Mail and the Evening Standard, if you're one of those people that believes everything you hear, that's who I'm talking to. You are wasting your time. You're not going to come between Harry and the military. They see him as a brother, not a threat. They don't give a toss about whether or not there's a British royal family. Are you insane? Do you think that the average soldier, do you think that the average soldier in the United States military goes to bed at night and find themselves gnashing their teeth all night, wondering whether or not there will be a royal family tomorrow? We're talking about American soldiers, American veterans. Do you think they care about that? Do you think that that's keeping them up at night? Is that who you're trying to appeal to with this hate campaign? I'm telling you, I looked at some of the stuff that people were saying. I'm just like, you got to be crapping me. They cannot be serious, but they're serious. They're serious. This was also included with that article. You see that? Forces News, Invictus UK, Help for Heroes, Ministry of Defense, etc., etc. This was included. That was that surprise video that time. This was also included. I think as a matter of fact, I know I made a video with this guy. And this is a person that Harry didn't just talk to. He has a relationship with this gentleman. He has a relationship with a lot of people that you don't even know of, that you never heard of, you never thought about. Just like we saw Harry comfortably sitting with the future chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, right? Remember that? Charles L. Brown, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, a Air Force guy, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. That is the person who is the highest ranking military person until you get actually the highest ranking. And then after that, he only defers to the Secretary of Defense and the president. That's it. Those are the only two people out of all the who knows how many millions of people that work for the federal government, or however many people in the military. The only people he answered to is the Secretary of Defense and the President of the United States. Nobody else. And that's who Harry was sitting there casually having a conversation with. Someone who understood the language of being a military officer, of having served. Doesn't matter what country you come from. Does not matter. You have served with distinction. You even see where, even though someone may have served in the military in another country that was an enemy, war's over, peace declared, now everybody's friends. Now they sit up and talk about their experiences. We've had Vietnam veterans go back to Vietnam. John McCain made peace with it years before he died. He was never angry at them. It was a war. That's why I say it's a lesson of futility trying to come between Harry and the military. He's solid. Look at him. That's Harry, who's not bright enough to do anything or go anywhere or understand what's happening. And there he is poring over notes, going through his checklist in a 46 million pound helicopter. And we're talking about the price of the helicopter back then, not now. I'm sure it's more expensive now. He's in his element. They just don't like this image. They don't like the idea that he's a hero, and William is not. He's a hero, and Charles is not. Instead of embracing him and celebrating him, they're trying to destroy him. And I'm sure that some of the stuff that I saw was bots, right? I'm sure it was bots. But someone decided to put those out there for a reason. The bots didn't just create themselves. This is from another squatty. Just meant to be. After rigorous 18 months training, Harry qualified to fly Apache attack helicopter in combat. He finished training as the best co-pilot gunner in his group. Back in 2014, Lieutenant Colonel Tom Delarue, who commanded Harry, said he reached the pinnacle of flying excellence. He reached the pinnacle of flying excellence. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. And I was wondering if you guys had a chance to see this little movie I made. Yes, as a matter of fact, it's a short one, and I'm going to hydrate while I play that one for you. I'm going to hydrate. Peter Capaldi slams grown men who waste their time attacking Meghan Markle. In the wake of his new show Criminal Record, drawing parallels between one of its characters and Meghan Markle, Peter Capaldi slammed the individuals who demeaned themselves by criticizing the Duchess of Sussex. Apple TV Plus' new drama Criminal Record found some very royal inspiration for its unfiltered depiction of racism and misogyny within the British police force. During an episode of the series, which premiered on the streamer January 10th, Cush Jumbo's character, Sergeant June Lenker, is compared to Meghan Markle by Sergeant Kim Cardwell, Sean Dooley, a remark on June's ability to infiltrate the historically white, mostly male establishment. Peter Capaldi, who plays the seasoned and stubborn Chief Inspector Daniel Hegarty on the series, thought the remark was a perfect encapsulation of the immaturity and callousness of a character like Cardwell. As Capaldi exclusively told The Messenger, "I don't know why grown men waste their time and demean themselves by becoming involved in that kind of talk." Capaldi further expanded on the treatment Markle has routinely been subjected to, especially by members of the British press. "I don't know why people feel so negative," Capaldi said. "There's a vibe and aspects of the media here who seem to have it in for her. I don't see why." For Jumbo, who plays the Markle-adjacent Lenker, the language hurled at her character is all too familiar fodder. "We were also trying to show all those different layers of how you can be attacked by co-workers," Jumbo told The Messenger. "You have people who are super explicit in that very unintelligent way, and then you have microaggressions of other people who say something and you go, 'Sorry, what did you say?'" She concluded, "I thought the show was very good at showing all of those different levels." Criminal Record writer and executive producer Paul Ruttman told The Messenger the quip about Markle felt like a lazy joke typical of the man who said it, and furthermore, perhaps reflects some of the casual talk of certain police officers like that. Executive producer Elaine Collins felt similarly, arguing the line was a simple, subtle way to say a whole lot. "I love it," Collins told The Messenger. "That's one of my favorite lines because it's an absolute shorthand for who the character of Kim Cardwell is. It tells you immediately who he is and what his attitudes are." Collins continued, "It's a way of getting something across about a character that isn't hitting you over the head with the obvious." The first 3 episodes of Criminal Record are available to stream on Apple TV Plus, with new episodes dropping Wednesdays. Don't you love that music? I love that. I love that. Let me see. Marcelina Martinez, Good King Harry's achievements are truly impressive. He's a cut above the rest of the royal family. Love him. Thank you, Marcelina Martinez. Thank you very much. And also, is it CD? Thank you so much for the Cash App. And thank you for being here on Royal Sussex tonight. Thank you very much. All right. So, Connie Balmer! Thank you, Connie Balmer, for the super sticker. And thank you, as always, for watching Royal Sussex and for being a member of Royal Sussex. And thank you for staying awake or waking up early for us. I do appreciate it. I think you woke up early for us. I feel so bad about that. Well, thank you. I didn't know this guy had played Doctor Who before, right? I don't ever remember seeing him as Doctor Who, but I think he did play Doctor Who. You guys, I think that Marguerite looks so jazzy with her cape on, that fur-lined cape or whatever, if it's just Edgewood fur, whatever it is, I think she looks gorgeous. But I had to make the picture black and white because I didn't want to spoil it for you, if you know what I mean. I you know what I'm saying? I thought for her sake, better to make it black and white so you wouldn't get to that part where you start thinking about the Joker. Now, if you insist on seeing the color version of the photo, I will not help you with that at all. But I'm just saying, I think she looks really nice. And I just wanted to say that. But yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. I wanted to share the photo and I was just like, make it a black and white. So that's what I did. Just to protect her dignity. Now, she knows as the non no I'm sorry, she's known as the nonsense. She's known as the no nonsense royal. So who else would carry Princess Anne's heavy bags on the long haul visit to Sri Lanka? Why, Princess Anne. So they're trying to make us believe that those 2 bags in her purse, that's all that she packed to go to Sri Lanka. We all know that Princess Anne got a whole collection of luggage, but okay, so be it. I still give her points for, you know. And Princess Anne looks cute with her little cape on, right? She's got her wearing her shawl or cape or whatever. Um she and Tim, whatever his name is, they went to Sri Lanka, and it's to celebrate 50 years of Save the Children. Remember the Save the Children Fund? Well, this is to celebrate 50 years of Save the Children. So, what is his name? Tim Lawrence, Timothy Lawrence. That's his name. Princess Anne, Princess Royale, and Timothy Lawrence. That's his name. And as you can see here, the locals are having so much fun and everything. I'm not sure they know who she is, but whoever she is, they decided, to roll out all the stops for her so that she can have a great visit. And notice she's not even holding on to the rails. Her husband is hanging on to the rails, but I just noticed that. Look at Anne. Anne is 70 something years old, and she walking down them steps and not even holding on to the handrail. All those years of bouncing up and down on those horses, and she's very fit and in great shape. Let me see. Is his hat in the back? Oh, Legs, you remember, don't you? You remember. Uh, well, you all remember they made a big fuss because Anne packs her own luggage, right? She doesn't have anybody to pack her luggage. She's a bit of a control freak, so she preferred to do it herself. Now, right here, as you can see, Princess Anne is trying to explain how to use a hair pick, right? Maybe she suspects some of the locals have never heard of, an afro. So she's trying to explain how to use a hair pick, which is very nice of her. Because who knows? Maybe the hair pick is not in Sri Lanka yet. It's only been around for, oh, I don't know, about 50 years. So maybe they don't have such things. Either that, or maybe she's trying to figure out where she can get some Newports. That's what she's saying. She says, I thought I saw a gas station down the block there, and I was wondering, is there any place I can get a pack of Newports?" Yeah, she's looking for some Newports. Now, I'm going to explain to you why Anne is in this shop. If you notice, one of the poor locals there seems to have been out and about without a proper fitting, um, you know, bra. And so Anne, being a sharp eyed guest to the being a sharp-eyed guest and caring about the people, decided not only is she going to explain to them the merits of a good hair pick, but she also decided, bless her heart, to get him a brassiere. So that's why she's in the shop right there, trying to explain to the guy that she wants to help one of the locals with with their situation. So I don't know if there's a shortage of them. Maybe they're very expensive or something like that. But that's really nice of her to go bra shopping for one of the locals whilst visiting Sri Lanka. Bonne nuit, vos all trouva il Bezos. You too, Charlotte. You too. And thank you so much for being here on Royal Sussex. And bon nuit to you too. And au revoir, arrivederci, via con Dias. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Yes. And thank you for the super chat. So yeah, that's what Prince Anne is doing. He's out there, or she, or they, or them is out there without a proper fitting bra. So Princess Anne is going to help to you know help to cover him up. And right here, you can see while celebrating the 50 years of Save the Children, she's also explaining to the, local people that back in England, it's not only important that we lift, but we also separate. You see there? Her hand gestures are saying it's a good idea to not only lift, but also to separate. And I'm sure Timothy Lawrence is trying to help by explaining the merits of an 18-hour bra. So they have some important work to do while visiting Sri Lanka. because there's a lot of people there that may not own a bra, has never heard of a bra, let alone a Playtex 18 hour. So thanks to Princess Anne, that they is going to very soon have 18 hours of protection. So God bless Princess Anne. She's always thinking of stuff like that, always thinking of other people. And as before mentioned, Princess Anne well, actually, I did mention it before, but as you can see, Princess Anne is dressing more casual. Back in the old days, Princess Anne used to go around dressed like the Pointer Sisters. See there? I mean, here it is, the 1950s, and she's dressed like it's the 1940s. Or is it? No, I'm sorry, it's the 1960s. And she's dressed like it's the 1940s. I haven't seen anybody dressed like that since the Pointer Sisters. So now Anne has gone with a very contemporary style, a pair of slacks with a matching blazer, a nice top underneath to, add a little color to help the color pop. So gone are the days when Princess Anne would go on these royal tours dressed like she's on the road with the Pointer Sisters. Y'all remember how the Pointer Sisters used to dress like it was the 1940s? I remember that when I was young. The Pointer Sisters, they used to dress like it was the 40s. I know we can make it. I know that we can. Mystic Toxin. Woohoo! Hello, my loves. Many blessings to all. Um, Going to what is that? Northwest Louisiana, is it? It's going to freeze soon, and I had to protect my plant babies, but I made it. Oh, very cool. Well, I hope you stay warm, and for goodness sakes, make sure you stay safe. Thank you so much for being here. Now, as I said, there was a bit of confusion. Some people actually thought Christopher Walken was in town. Um, the local media, there was a few stories that mentioned that Sir Christopher Walken was in Sri Lanka, which was kind of odd because there was no known association with Save the Children or any particular charity, but it was assumed that Princess Anne was actually Christopher Walken. But let me take a look. I'm pretty sure that that's Princess Anne because Tim Lawrence is with her. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's Princess Anne. Christopher Walken is probably in L.A. Yeah, but they look so much alike, you know. Yeah, they do. So, but it wouldn't be Anne if there wasn't a little like right here. You can see this is when they made that trip to. Let me see, where did they go? I forgot where they went. I think they went to. I know they went to like Australia and someplace else, but this was to celebrate the Jubilee. This was their Jubilee trip. And you can see Tim Lawrence looks none too happy. As Legs pointed out, Princess Anne, who loves to pack her own luggage, accidentally packed his hat. And as you can see, instead of like putting it in a hat box or something like that, she just kind of balled it up and stuck it in one of them bags. And then when he got there, his hat was all smushed. He is very pissed because somebody smushed his hat. I'm pretty sure that he doesn't allow Anne to pack his stuff any longer because, as you can see, Anne smashed the crap out of that hat. And then when they had to go on the carriage ride, as you can see, and this was, on their royal tour, there's Timothy Lawrence looking pissed because somebody packed his hat and smushed it and balled it up and everything. So he's not very happy. Um, and usually he seems like such a cheerful bloke, but right here you can see he is brooding over that hat. I haven't seen I haven't seen a member of that family look that angry since that guy took so long to take that picture. Remember when Prince Philip was like, "Could you just take the effing picture?" Yeah, I haven't seen a royal look that angry since Prince Philip told the guy to take the picture. So yeah, poor Tim Lawrence. I mean, it seemed like it was a nice hat until Anne, with those little delicate, savage hands of hers, balled it up. And also, there was a spot of bother at the airport. It appears as though one of the metal detectors was set off at the airport. When she arrived, they noticed this, and they, t- told Anne that she had to um, let them keep that until she leaves the country. So she's not allowed to have them back until she gets to Britain. But yeah, Anne doesn't usually travel without her knuckle dusters. And as the reports say, and I quote, in case somebody starts something. That was end quote, in case somebody starts something. That is why she keeps her knuckle dusters, her brass knuckles with her. So, but all in all, it seems like the trip was positive for everybody. Um, they realized there's a difference between Christopher Walken and Princess Anne. The guy that greeted them finally has new bras. Wonder if they match. And of course, Tim Lawrence has figured out how to keep your hat from getting smushed. So, cheers to Anne and Sir Tim Lawrence for their amazing trip to Sri Lanka. I'm sure it is something that nobody will ever forget. So, cheers to Diana Ross. Yes, Diana Ross, 79, is coming out as Yves Saint Laurent. Saint Laurent new campaign star. Her daughter Tracy Ellis Ross reacts. Well, anyway, Diana Ross is bringing her icon status to a fun fashion campaign. On Tuesday, the Endless Love singer was announced as the face of Saint Laurent by Anthony Vaccarello, uh, new campaign, and the 79-year-old is breaking the internet with her timeless beauty. Black and White campaign features the French label's Spring 2024 collection, shows the icon photographed by David Sims rather, wearing luxurious pieces. So, cheers to Diana Ross. She still got it. And there she is with her daughter Tracy Ellis Ross. Um, I don't think that's one of the designer gowns. I think that was just a concert she was doing. But Diana Ross has always made sure that her presence was larger than life on stage with the massive hair and costumes and such. If nothing else, she is one of the most amazing people on stage. She is definitely a performer. And you can compare the old Diana Ross from, I think, the 80s to the Diana Ross of the 2020s. Yeah, she still looks good. Kept her weight down and everything. Desiree Dotson, greetings to you too. And we're almost done, you guys. I know, can you believe it? We're almost done. There's Prince Harry at the Sandhurst when his grandma asked him to go and to award whoever graduating class or what have you. And there you can see Granny looking kind of jazzy in that outfit. I think the Queen looks beautiful there. And there's Harry doing the exact same thing. So there's Granny greeting Harry, and then there's Harry greeting some other soldier. Oh boy, I tell you, wouldn't it? I just thought about that. I wonder if Archie would have joined the military. I mean, he still can. Either country, right? He can join in either country. I wonder. Now that would be interesting. I'm not ready for that conversation. I'm too nervous about it. But yeah, there's always that chance that Archie or Lily might join the military. Might be a surprise for you guys. Maybe Lily will be the one to join the military. You never know. Wouldn't it be something? President Lilibet Diana uh, Mountbatten-Windsor, Wales, or whatever. Wouldn't that be something? Or President Archie. President Archie. Could happen, you guys. It could happen. Now, that would be quite the cross Atlantic alliance. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I didn't notice that. Let me see. Let me see. Antoinette Kennedy says they're dressing alike. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, okay. He's got on the blue necktie and the tan suit. She's got on the tan suit and the blue top. Uh huh. I tell you, cheers for Anne walking down those steps without even using the handrail. That is so impressive. That is very, very impressive. Okay, so there you have it. Now, I'm going to let this be our last word of the day, maybe. Oh, Black Queen says my mom's baby is. Wait a minute, my mom's birthday baby. My mom's birthday is today. My mom's baby. My mom's birthday is today. She is 79 years old. She is in Jamaica for the winter. Well, happy birthday, Black Queen's mom. And we still have another birthday. Was it Katie? Let me see here. Yeah, before I get too far ahead of myself, let me see. It's also Katie's birthday. I haven't forgot. Katie V. Katie V's birthday. All right. So after I'm done with Titanic, then we are going to do a birthday dance off. Very cool. Well, happy birthday, Black Queen's mom in Jamaica for the winter. Gosh, that must be nice to be able to get out of the cold and the dark, damp weather and to go to the sun, to the beach, to the gentle Caribbean breeze rather than dealing with all of that here in the lower 48. That is very cool. So, as you can see here, you guys, given the way people are nowadays, so many times we can see videos online where people are filming or recording rather than helping. So, if the Titanic happened today, do you think that this is the way they would watch the ship go? Do you think this is the way they would watch the ship go down? Is by recording it rather than saving their own lives? Oh, ID. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I just noticed that. Thank you very much for the Cash App. Makes you wonder. So, the other thing I wanted to share with you, and by the way, you guys, I am done. So, if you need to get your sleep, please do so. Take a look here. If the Titanic was still around, compare the Titanic to one of those massive sailing ships that are 5 times the size of Titanic. You see that? 5 times. At the bottom is the Titanic. At the Above the Titanic, going from the bottom up, I believe that's the Costa Concordia. And going up from there, that is the Queen Mary, or is it the QE2? I think that's the Queen Mary. No, the QE2. Well, anyway, it's one of those. That's the new QE2. And above that, that is one of those big world's largest cruise ships. Look at that. If the Titanic was around today, it wouldn't be much to look at. I mean, it would still be impressive, but comparing the size to 1912, was it? And look at that Titanic, and that is, oh gosh, I can't see what the name of that is. Something of the sea. It's something of the sea. But look at the massive scale of it. Look at the scale of that ship. It is huge. Huh? It almost looks like a dinghy. It looks like it almost, well, it kind of looks like the Britannia. Oh, I was right. It was the Costa Concordia and the Allure of the Sea. So Titanic, Costa Concordia, and the Allure of the Sea. Check it out. I think I have one more. Oh no, that was it. That was it. So anyway, this gives you a reference to the scale of the modern day sailing ships compared to the Titanic, which at one time was the biggest thing ever constructed by man. And still, if it was around today, they would likely do this before they would save themselves. And as promised, we are going to, hello, Ivy here. There we go. Hello, Ivy here. Hello, Ivy. Today is Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor's birthday. Meet me at the Royal Sussex party. Church Nellie's gonna be there. All right, Ivy out. You know what? I have not come down from my high yet. As you know, I. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, happy birthday to Katie V. And of course to Black Queen's mom, who is 79 years young and enjoying the weather in Jamaica. And Lisette Zog, thank you so much for the super chat. This is for Windsor Yellow. Now that made me laugh out loud. Please, Princess Anne, giving a gangster vibe. Yes, yes. Oh, is Princess Anne giving a gangster vibe? Yes, she is. She is an original gangster. And that's why they had to confiscate this at the airport. And it wasn't that they checked her when she got off the plane, but the thing is, given the quality of the metal coming from one of the muses at the Windsor Castle, the blacksmith actually made that for her. During her single years, she probably was having a little fling with the blacksmith. And anyway, he forged that for Princess Anne, probably in response to the attempted kidnapping. So, not that she needs it, but you understand. Oh, not that she needs it, but you understand. Okay, so um, here we go. This is going to be our last word of the day. Okay, why is English hard to learn? Well, to begin with, box, the plural is boxes, but the plural of ox is oxen, not oxes. One fowl is a goose, and two are called geese. Yet the plural of moose is never called meese. You may find a lone mouse or a house full of mice, but the plural of is houses and not heis. The plural of man is always men, but the plural of pan is never pen. If I speak of a foot and you show me 2 feet and I give you a book, would you pair be, would a pair be a beak? It's like a tongue twister, isn't it? If one is if one is a tooth and the whole set are teeth, why should two booths be called beef? Oh Lord. Okay, if the singular is this and the plural is these, should the plural of kiss be ever called keys? We speak of a brother and also of brethren, but though we say mother, we never say motherin, metherin. Then the masculine pronouns are he, his, him, but imagine the feminine as she, shiz, shim. Oh boy. I'll leave that up for a minute if you want to screenshot it, but it's like a little tongue twister. They said whoever wrote this, it was anonymous. Nobody knows for sure. Baron, see my comment with the pink hand. Oh, okay. Let me go back here. All right, Baron, do you see Andrew Gilliam, Angela Ray, and Tiffany Cross have a new podcast together called Native Land Pod? No, I did not. And I know Tiffany Cross is the one that was on MSNBC, but no, I did not. Andrew Gilliam. I'm trying to remember who that is. I'm thinking I can picture his face. And Angela Ray, I think I know who that is, but Tiffany Cross for sure. Tiffany Cross was the one that was just a little bit too real for them. She was a little bit too real. And I remember Joy Reid was furious when they let her go for calling out one of those privileged people. But no, I did not know that, but I will definitely have to look out for that because I love Tiffany Cross. And thank you so much for the super chat. MJB, good night to you as well. Sleep well, Mary H. Okay, so that was our last word. Let us bid good night to our queens. And you know what I mean? There we go. And 1 hour 31 minutes. I'm loving it. Let me see here. She's carrying her bag. So what? The tabloids praise these people to do the skis for doing. Praise these people to the skies. What am I saying? Skis to the skies for doing the most simple, basic things. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Flipping a pancake, even if the pancake looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon, the fact that she flipped the pancake means that, actually, I'm not sure what it means. but I know Kate flipped a pancake, and the pancake came out looking like something that looked like a barnacle, like somebody scraped it off a whale. She flipped a barnacle. Uh, anyway, thank you all very much. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you, moderators, for keeping this a safe space. Much love to the mod squad who has been handling all of those crackpots that try to come in here. And also, thank you, KDB, for 11 months, Legs, and Marcelina Martinez for the super chats, Connie Balmer for the super sticker, and Legs and Charlotte B for the super chats. And of course, Black Queen for 19 months membership. Lucette Zug, thank you so much for the super chat. And Black Queen for the super chat. Thank you very much. All right. And with that, you guys, I'm going to say good night. Dental hygiene, good bras, birth control, just. Okay. Oh, wait, there it is. Dental hygiene, good bras, birth control, just confused the hell out of the Royals. Yeah, definitely. But they're coming up to modern times. They'll get here eventually. Well, at least the Queen kept her teeth nice and white. Queen Elizabeth, her teeth didn't look so weathered. Yeah, at least she kept her teeth nice and white. Let me see here. Yeah, well, not so bad. I mean, they're not bright. You can definitely see T. You can see T, but nothing like her cousin over in Denmark, old Buttermouth, with those butter teeth and butter lips, just butter. It's like butter. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Good night. I am going to cue the Ginger Avenger, and I will see you all tomorrow. You know, I got to go watch Pedal. I did not know Pedal was on. I always try to avoid that. And I looked. I did look. I would have waited at least another half hour. There we go. I will leave that there. Oh, and Pedal. She's talking about South Africa's case, so against the genocide. So you know I want to see that because nobody prosecutes a case like Pedal. Amen. Amen. Okay, cue the Ginger Avenger. That's not the Ginger Avenger. That's the Ginger Avenger.